Again, we get another tough opponent, another division opponent at their place. Cincinnati's starting to play well. Obviously, they're playing for something too. They see light at the end of the tunnel. It's a good football team. But again, I'm not trying to make the focus about them. I'm trying to make it about our team, what we need to do to continue to get better. We keep stubbing our toe on some fundamental things and some things we got to continue to correct. But again, like I said, these guys are I really appreciate this football team. It's not where we want it to be, but these guys work hard. They come in this building, they're focused. They understand what we're trying to accomplish against the opponent, and then we just got to set out to do it. We got to have an opportunity to finish it, play in and play out. But again, I love the spirit of this team, the grit of this team. They continue to work. They continue to give me everything they have in the classroom and on the practice field. So that's what you're looking for. Injuries, okay, obviously I don't have them all. You still have them. Peter, you can say it. I'm comfortable with that.
Coach and Ron Smith didn't practice. Jabril didn't practice either with the name.
Mm-hmm.
You know how serious Jabril is?
We'll see as we go through the week. Hopefully we'll get him back, but again, right now he's got to do some things in order to be able to be out there this weekend.
So it was like to see Josh out there.
It was good. He's something now. I mean, it was a good first day with him. Watching him run around and effort on the practice field, making plays on the ball, catching balls, and doing things. He's what I thought he was.
Do you ever? I know you don't like looking back, but don't you have some kind of sense of betrayal from last year when you thought you were going to have him after that fourth game?
Well, I think you said it. I don't think it's important to go back and revisit any of that. We have him now. He's out there practicing. He's with his teammates. He's done everything we've asked him to do, and on we go.
How much does it help just to have him out there to go against your defense?
It helps. It helps tremendous. It does. I mean, you could just see there was a different spirit in practice. With him running around, there was a different competition. The receiver versus the corner. Again, that's nothing to say against the guys that are here. I mean, Josh is just a different talent. And I think we all recognize that and appreciate that. And I think his teammates see it and notice it. And that's what it's all about. I mean, he is a really good player. But as I told him today, he's going to earn it. There's a lot of things he's still got to continue to do and work through, and I think he's willing to do that.
He hasn't been on the practice field with you guys in more than a year, but when he steps back out there, does it kind of jump out that is the talent still there? Does it still
Yes, no question. No, it does. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he's athletic, strong. He's got strong hands, and he can run. He can really run. So that's exciting. But again, he's got some work to do the rest of this week, and then next week, we'll stick him out there and let him play.
come back a lot for these kind of things, rejoin you guys? I know with you, it was only once. He has come back overweight several times. For him to come back in this kind of shape, does that make this process just so much easier?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it easier for him because I think you now get to focus on the things that really matter, which is preparing for a game as opposed to trying to get weight off and get in shape and those type of things. I think he's in really good shape. I think he's in a really good place just as a person, first and foremost, and then good shape. And I think he's eager to continue to learn and to get better. So, like I said, he's done everything we've asked him to do.
Like, do you use him in team drills? Like, is he part of? Do you put him in the first?
Yes, I did today. You better believe I did. I just wanted to make myself feel happy for a little bit. Yeah.
Sean Kaiser, the first time he's faced a team for a second time.
Yes.
So what do you expect different this time?
Well, hopefully, there'll be some improvement. I think, he first thing he said to me, I watched the tape of the last time. Boy, I've come a long way since then, and he has. There'll be some carryover. There'll be some things that Cincinnati will do that they've done in the first game that hopefully he'll recognize and see. But again, like there's a book, in the National Football League in your division on who the quarterbacks is and who the defense coordinators are and the offensive coordinators, head coaches, and everybody plays a certain style. So he has to make sure that he cross the T's and dot the I's for himself, but also understand what Cincinnati's trying to accomplish too on defense.
You talked about the other day how you need him to be the same every week on the sideline and encouraging the defense and stuff. Do you feel like that is kind of tied into how he starts a game? Like Detroit, he threw the long pass to Sammy right out of the gate. You guys scored points, you're up 10-0. But then against Jacksonville, a couple 3-and-outs, he threw the pick. Is that hard for a rookie to keep that level when it's not going so well for him?
Yes, but I would hope that he understands that, as the quarterback, regardless of how the game starts, you just got to be consistent. You got to be who you are, because the team kind of feeds off of you. And again, I think he gets it. It's a conversation we've had. I don't think he's doing it intentionally. I just think those things happen. There's no question when you have success early, everything feels good. And when you don't, you're not sure how things are going. But that's when you got to really push through, and have that focus about I'm going to do everything I can to get it going my way, by making the plays that I need to make. So, again, it's a lesson learned. All these things that we're talking about are just little lessons for him week in and week out, and there's been so many, throughout this year that hopefully the growth will keep coming. He'll keep learning from these things.
When you see a Gordon out there, does it remind you in some ways of when you had an A.J. Green?
Oh, yeah, it does. This guy's, he's different. He just really is. He's, again, it's fun to talk about him right now, but I really don't have him in a game yet. So I think next week I'll probably be too excited. I might miss some of these meetings, talking to you guys, working up things for him. But no, it is fun to have a guy that's as talented as he is back on our football team, and we'll see what we can do with him next week.
When you look at the defense, obviously there's been improvement, but you guys aren't forcing a ton of turnovers. Did you kind of expect more of that at this point this season?
Our defense has given us everything they have. Our defense has done a really good job of keeping us in games. Do we want more and expect more? Yeah, we want more turnovers if we can get them, and we're chasing them. Don't get me wrong. That's something that Coach Williams is harping on with the guys, but to a man, those guys are laying it on the line week in and week out, and this football team is laying it on the line. We just got to continue to find ways to make more plays, as you just mentioned, whether it's interceptions or, just get the offense to do things, the other team's offense to do things, the self-inflicted wounds for them, penalties, whatever that is, that can help our team capture a victory. So I've asked a lot of them, Greg has asked a lot of them, but I think those guys are responding and trying.
Those turnovers come. You guys obviously you work on your tip drills and you're trying to strip and all that kind of stuff, but just
you got to separate.
Trying to get that to materialize on Sunday.
Yeah, no, it is. I think you got to separate the other team from the ball, whether it's by tackling or whether, like you said, tip balls or stripping the ball out. It's emphasized here, and we're working at it, and we want more, and I think our players want more, and I think they understand there's an art to it, and everybody's got to be around the ball. You got to fly to the ball first. You got to play as hard as you can play and be around the ball, and then you got to find a way to make those special plays that way.
When I watch the Patriots sometimes on TV, you see a lot of shots when Brady's not on the field, and Josh McDaniels is next to him with the tablet, and they're going over everything. And I'm getting that, do you think, does Kaiser get enough attention between series with you being the head coach and not being able to turn your back on what's going on?
No question. I think he does, Tony, honestly. We do have a process. He comes off the field. He immediately goes with Coach Lee, and I'm talking to Coach Lee through my, headset about what it is I saw to relate to him as they go through the pictures, and then I get the pictures myself. And I don't know if you guys notice, but I'll always bring Deshaun to me in between every series. Now, he's over there for a minute or two, but I bring him to me wherever I am. I don't care if I'm standing out on the field making a call. He's back there waiting, and normally I take him back through what transpired in the last series and try to give him an idea of where we're headed. So I think our process is pretty good, and I think he's worked through that. Again, it's not just the way, like you say, you've seen certain things on TV, but I think I've done this before. Coach Lee's done this before, and I think he gets a lot of information in between, maybe sometimes too much information.
Last year, when Josh left the team and checked himself back into rehab. You kind of sat up there and said,
Yes.
the door is shut on this. I mean, you seemed like done. So my
And Mary
question.
Kay, I was.
Okay.
I want you to know that I was, and the fact that for the football team a year ago, I thought it was really important to really establish a culture here that was right and strong. And if somebody wasn't going to be here, then I need to move on beyond that. And we did. So I was, based on what the situation was at that time, and then since then, understanding and truly getting, I mean, let's be honest, what this young man's dealt with is a disease, right? That's what it is. And it happens and it affects a lot of people in this world. So I had to first educate myself and understand what he was going through, what he was dealing with. I have not had a lot of exposure to him other than what I knew. And then once I understood it better and watched him earn the right to be back in this building, and again, I'm able to monitor. We wasn't able to talk to him, but I was able to monitor what he was doing and understood what he was doing and what he was going through. I felt more comfortable, of understanding what was going on. If this was just another one of those fly-by situations where it was one of these, he's going to be in and back out again, I wouldn't want any part of that, because I don't think that's fair to the team. I don't think it's fair to the staff. I don't think it's fair to the fans. I really don't, because he's a very talented player. I truly believe this young man's working at it. He still has to earn that, from his teammates, from the coaches, and from the fans, and from you. And that's what I think he understands now. So I think he's in a lot better place, and a lot better place to have more people assist him and help him through this process.